1941.
And there's a war on. Is it haunted? Who are you?
Usually call the doctor, or the caretaker, or get off this planet.
That man is quite ridiculous.
I know.
You must stay away from him.
Why have you got a phone box in your room?
It's not a phone box, it's my wardrobe.
Your brother, where is he?
Okay, come on.
Where are we?
In a forest, in a box, in a sitting room.
What do they teach you in schools these days? There is something very wrong in this forest, and your brother's right in the middle of it.
Best Christmas ever.
I know.
What is up, guys? Murgaman4 here with my first Doctor Who episode review. And so today's episode review is on the first Season 7 Christmas special from 2011, The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. If you want to know how these will work, go see my vlog number 10. And yeah, so let's start off with a summary of the episode. As I suck with summarizing the episode in my own words, I'm just going to read it off of Wikipedia. So, yeah, read the summary off of Wikipedia. Okay, let's start this. During the Christmas of 1938, the Doctor finds himself on a damaged alien spacecraft in Earth's orbit. He escapes the exploding ship and then falls to Earth by rapidly donning an impact spacesuit. There in his haste, he puts his helmet on backwards. On crashing to Earth, he is found by Madge Arwell, wife of Reg and mother of 2 children, Lily and Cyril. She helps the Doctor and his TARDIS, and the Doctor promises to repay her for her kindness. I should not do that British voice. It doesn't suit me very well. 3 years later, during World War II, Reg is reported missing in action when the Lancaster bomber he was piloting disappeared over the English Channel. Madge is told this via telegram just before Christmas, but decides not to tell her children yet, hoping to keep their spirits up through the holiday. Madge and the children evacuate London to a relative's house in Dorset, where they are greeted by the Doctor calling himself the caretaker. Madge does not recognize him from their previous encounter, as his face had been hidden by the backwards helmet. The Doctor has prepared the house especially for the children and the holiday. The children are pleased. Madge privately explains about Reg's death to the Doctor and insists he not overindulge the children. During the first night, Cyril is lured into opening a large glowing present under the Christmas tree, revealing a time portal to a snow-covered forest. The Doctor shortly discovers Cyril's absence and follows him with Lily. The two eventually track Cyril down to a strange lighthouse-like structure. Madge, finding her children missing, soon follows them into the forest, but is met by 3 miners in spacesuits from the planet Androzani Major. She holds them at gunpoint and is taken back to their excavation walker and told that the forest of the planet they are on is scheduled to be melted by acid rain within minutes, killing anything within it. At the lighthouse, Cyril is met by a humanoid creature made of wood. He places a simple band of metal around his head, like a crown. Lily and the Doctor arrive, followed by another wood creature, but find the creatures have rejected Cyril as he is weak, as they do the Doctor. The Doctor concludes that the life force of the trees in the forest are trying to escape through a living creature, the crown acting as an interface. The miners are teleported away safely before the rain starts after helping Madge to locate where her children are. Madge, using the little knowledge she knows of flying a plane from Reg, directs the walker to the lighthouse and safely reunites with her children as the acid rain starts. The wood creatures identify her as strong, and the Doctor realizes they consider her the mothership, able to carry the life force safely. Donning the band, Madge absorbs the life force of the force, allowing her to direct the top of the lighthouse as an escape pod away from the acid rain and into the time vortex. To get them home, the Doctor directs her to think of memories of home, allowing Madge to revisit her fond memories of Reg, shown on screens within the pod. The Doctor urges her to continue to show even Reg's death, revealing to Lily and Cyril what happened to their father. Soon the escape pod safely leaves the time vortex, landing just outside the house in Dorset, and the life forces of the forest have converted themselves to ethereal beings within the time vortex. The Doctor steps outside while Madge starts to explain Reg's death to Lily and Cyril, but he returns to interrupt her to tell her to come outside. There stands Reg and his Lancaster. He had followed the bright light of the escape pod into the time vortex and came out safely along with the pod at Dorset. The family has a tearful reunion as the Doctor watches. As Madge and her family turn to celebrate Christmas, the Doctor attempts to slip away, but Madge catches him. And as she sees the TARDIS, she realizes that he is the man in the spacesuit from 3 years back. She insists on him staying for Christmas dinner, but when the Doctor reveals he has other friends out there that believe he is dead, Madge convinces him to go see them at Christmas. The Doctor offers Madge his help if she ever needs it again. Later, the Doctor arrives outside the home of Amy and Rory 2 years since he left them there, in the wedding of River Song. They invite him to have Christmas dinner as Amy has developed a habit of setting him a place at the dinner table. The Doctor finds himself experiencing the human emotion of tears of joy. That's the summary of the episode. And as you saw there, I used a whole bunch of clips from the episode. So, yeah, that helps to explain it a little better. And so, moving on to the things I liked about the episode, things I didn't like. Well, first I'll give them the rating. I would rate it 3 out of 5 stars. Reason being that it was a good episode, but not the best. Like, it wasn't the most entertaining episode. Yeah. So, things I liked about it, I think it was cool, the Christmas planet. And also the... one other good thing is that we finally see something going through the time vortex again. Ever since the 11th Doctor's era, we haven't really seen anything fly through the time vortex. We saw it a few times in the 9th and 10th Doctor's era. We saw stuff flying through the time vortex, which I liked. But yeah, we get to see something else going through the time vortex, which is pretty cool. And yeah. Also, I like that the portal of the planet was in a present. That was pretty cool. Things I didn't like. Not necessarily things I didn't like, but just sort of parts found boring, I guess, was the wood people. I didn't really care for the wood people. Like, I get their point and stuff, but not the most creative monster or anything. And they were just boring in my opinion. So, yeah. That's about all I have to say for that episode. So, yeah. So that adds about 3 stars out of, what was it, 75 stars for Season 7? Let's just see. Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, it's over 80. I think it's 85. 85, not 75, sorry. Yeah. So, that's it for this Doctor Who episode review, because, yeah, not really the best of an episode review now, is it? One other thing I'd like to say is that this episode is the last episode to have the title sequence that it did, which is the title sequence from Season 6 onwards. I'm counting that as a different title sequence from Season 5, just because of the logo. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this review. Hope it helped. I would watch this episode. Yeah, I forgot to say my recommendations, I guess. Yeah, if you haven't watched it before, I would just suggest, like, watch all episodes of Doctor Who if you haven't watched them before. This one is good to watch a second time, I guess, but not really good to watch any more times than that. And, yeah. So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this episode review. And Murderman 4, over now, and see you guys later.